you need to think of a memory. Not just any memory, a very happy memory, a very powerful memory. Can you do this?
Expecto Patronum! Expecto! Expecto!
Oh, no.
Which memory did you choose?
The first time I rode a broom.
Well, that's not good enough. Not nearly good enough.
Expecto Patronum! Expecto Patronum!
Well done, Harry. Well done.
Ronald has lost his rat.
I haven't
What?
lost anything. Your cat killed him.
Rubbish.
And then I got up and did my piece.
That's
Said how
Hagrid's
Buckley was
suit
a
jacket?
hypocrite. Always clean his feathers. And then he asked for the worst, did old Lucius.
I'm not sacking you.
Though I'm not sacked. Buckbeak's been sentenced to death.
What? The Malfoys are the worst. The worst, I tell you.
Spiders, they want me to tap dance. I don't want to tap dance.
You tell those spiders wrong.
Oh, yeah, tell.
What is going on here? He went right back to sleep. He's like, oh, spiders up. Like, what? Peter Pettigrew. Yeah, you heard about that name. What?
How extraordinarily like your father you are, Potter. He too was exceedingly arrogant, strutting about the castle. What's this?
It's a bare bit of parchment.
Really? Open it.
Offer their compliments to Professor Snape and
Go on.
request that he keep his abnormally large nose out of other people's business.
Why, you insolent little...
Professor.
What is up with Harry, yo? Harry's had enough.
It looks to me as though it's merely a parchment designed to insult anyone who tries to read it. I suspect it's a Zonko product.
Just so you know, I don't think that map always works. Earlier on, it showed someone in the castle. Someone I know to be dead.
Oh, really? And who might that be?
Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, it's him. It's him. It's him.
You may be young in years, but the heart that beats beneath your bosom is as shriveled as an old maid's. It is still and dry as the pages of the books to which you so.
And that face is proving her point. Yo, what the? Hermione just flicked the ball.
See you later. See you.
Oh no. Anytime Harry's alone, something bad gonna happen. What?
He will return tonight.
Sorry?
Tonight, he who betrayed his friends whose heart rots with murder.
I gotta go. If I'm Harry, I'm like, I'm out of there.
Dear boy, did you say something?
Did I say something? No, you said some crazy shit. What?
Ah, come to see the show.
You foul, loathsome, evil little cockroach!
Hermione, no.
Yo, that boy sniveling and crying. He probably peeing himself. Oh! The stress seems to all be wearing him out. Ron is waking up in the middle of the night. Spiders. She just snuffed Malfoy. She snuffed him. Was about to blow his head off with the wand. And Harry done told somebody he about to kill somebody. He told Snape, get your big ass nose out my business.
I meant me.
Blimey, what was that? It's nearly dark. You shouldn't be here.
Hagrid. It'll be fine. It'll be okay.
Come on.
I like how they have to reassure. Like, them three treat Hagrid like he's the little one.
What?
I thought I just saw... Never mind.
Whoa, what?
Bit me.
He bit him.
Harry, Hermione, run!
Oh no. Who is it after though? Wait. Whoa, what? What the hell is happening? The rat bit him. The wolf grabbed it. Oh my God, damn. And then the willow ain't gonna let them near. Hogwarts is hell. Like, this place is for children, but at the same time, it's no place for children. They just go, they don't put no barriers or nothing. They just go, hey, don't go there. Now, what's going on down here?
Where is Harry? It's a trap. He's the dog. He's an animagus.
Sirius Black.
Are you going to kill me, Harry? Expelliarmus! Well, you'd know all about the madness within, wouldn't you, Remus?
Ramus? Oh no, they're boys.
He's a werewolf. That's why he's been missing classes.
How long have you known?
Since Professor Snape set the essay.
You're the reason they're dead.
No, Harry, it wasn't him. Somebody did betray your parents, but it was somebody who, until quite recently, I believed to be dead.
Who was it then?
Peter Pettigrew.
I told Dumbledore you were helping
He
your
did.
friend into the castle, and now, here's the proof. Yes. The Dementor's kiss. One can only imagine what that must be like to endure. It's said to be nearly unbearable to witness, but I'll do my best.
Yo.
Expelliarmus!
We thought he was our friend.
No. Pettigrew's dead. You killed him.
No, he didn't. I thought so too, until you mentioned seeing Pettigrew on the map. And he's right there.
Hey!
It's the rat.
Mental.
Excuse. You're rat.
This whole time, this rat has been another Ew. Nigga. So they're here to actually protect Harry.
You sold James and Lily to Voldemort, didn't you? I didn't mean to.
So he's actually a good godfather.
James suggested that I make the change permanent. The tail I could live with. But the fleas, they're murder.
Haven't I been a good friend, a good pet? You won't let them give me to the Dementors, will you?
That is crazy. This whole time, his rat been a grown man. That's weird and creepy. It's getting creepier as I think about it. Ugh. Now y'all gotta kill him. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Hey yo, Harry Potter's mother and father had some weirdo friends, man. What? That sounds like a girl howl. I don't know how, but it sounds like one. Hey, do the thing he taught you. Oh no. This is terrible. What the hell is happening? What? I don't know what's happening. Who is that?
I saw my dad.
What?
He sent the Dementors away.
Mysterious thing, time. Powerful, and when meddled with, dangerous. You must not be seen, and you would do well, I feel, to return before this last chime.
What?
If you succeed tonight, more than one innocent life may be spared.
Am I missing a damn thing? Or everything?
I find retracing my steps to be a wise place to begin. Good luck.
What the bloody hell was that all about?
Thank you, Rob, for saying
Sorry,
that.
Ron, but...
They went backwards in time? Why they let Hermione get that tool?
Harry, you're in Hagrid's hut now. If you just go bursting in, you'll think you've gone mad.
It was her who threw the rocks? I was trying to figure out who threw the rocks before, and it just went away.
Come on, we're coming out the back door. Go. Is that really what my hair looks like from the back? Hermione.
Oh, Hermione, what the hell are you
I
doing?
just saw.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So that's what she said she saw. Hey, this is dope. That whole time, I had forgot about her seeing that. I'd forgot about the rocks being thrown. Like I said, there's so many details in this, but the story just keeps going along that you'll just skip over it. Like, okay, yeah, next thing.
Look at the nice dead ferret.
Over there. Over there, look.
This way.
But where is it? I saw the beast just now.
I wish the governors could stay out of business. So that's what he cut that entire time. That's why it made that noise. So what are they gonna do?
Let's go.
Wait, was that Hermione howling? Because I remember saying it sounded like a female howl, and I didn't know how. Like it was. Hey, this is dope. I swear, this is dope. It's like I missed all of that the first go round. Like I commented on it and then just, okay, that's the story. Oh. That wasn't his father, it was Harry. It was Harry, wasn't it, who saved himself?
Expecto Patronum! You were right, Hermione. It wasn't my dad I saw earlier. It was me.
My father!
Wait, is he seriously going to live with him from now on?
I want to go with you. One day, perhaps. Sometime my life will be too unpredictable. You really are the brightest witch of your age.
Yes, that goes without saying.
Well,
He's free. We did it.
did what?
Hey,
Good night.
that's dope. He tells them what he tells them, walks out, they come back, did what?
Honestly, Ron, how can somebody be in two places at once?
Mm-hmm.
You've been sacked.
No. No. I resigned, actually. You helped uncover the truth. You saved an innocent man from a terrible fate. It made a great deal of difference. Now, since I am no longer your teacher, I feel no guilt whatsoever about giving this back to you.
It's a firebolt. It's the fastest broom in the world.
Fireball?
Me. But who sent it?
No one knows.
This came with it.
Look at Malfoy already hating. He don't even know what's going on, and he like, I don't like it. First, let me start by saying don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure to hit the notification bell. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to all the subscribers. Let's see. So I will say that this was well done, and it's about as well done a film that's for kids, right? Like this is from a book that is for kids, and they made it into a movie, but the way it plays out is fantastic. So how it starts already, we see, hey, it's a new Harry, right? He not playing that. That lady came in there. First off, people are pushing him more and more. What that woman said about his mama, comparing her to a dog, and I believe she said bitch and pup. And I was like, yo, did she just... What he did to her, she deserved it, and I was all for it, man. I could imagine how it was for all of y'all when that took place. This is how crazy it was. She was making the original family, the aunt, uncle, cousin, she was making them look tame. What she was doing. She had that nasty dog eating off a plate. Like, what the hell? Is that something? I don't know. I ain't gonna get to that, but I don't get down like that. Yeah, man. And so when he's out there and he's He takes his trunk, he sees that dog, and then the cool ass bus comes. And it's like, they take you where you need to go. You can sleep on it, got a chandelier, the way it travels. But then it has that shrunken head that talks. That was weird. Like, all of it is like done in a, I can tell by this. I don't watch a bunch of these type of things or know about them, but I know for a fact there have been a bunch that have sort of failed in comparison to Harry Potter. And what I'm talking about is these other movie studios have attempted to get books and sort of turn them into films, like children's books, and have like their own universe. And I can see all this stuff that's in here, them thinking, well, we have to have our own version of that. As soon as I saw that talking head and the bus, I'm like, I know some people have bit this. You know, biting means like stealing somebody else's idea and try to do it yourself and claiming it as your. I know some people have attempted to do this. I'm sure of that for a bunch of the things in here. So it was funny because he's thinking, yo, I'm going to get in trouble for the magic once he ends up at the place where Fudge is. And he didn't get in trouble, right? And it's funny because when we first watched this, we're thinking of magic as, yo, it's this big thing. So when they say no kid do it on the outside, you're going to get in trouble. We're like, yo, don't do it. So when he's even practicing, I'm like, oh, don't do that. But then I think about it now. It's like, think about it in their terms, in their world. They know kids are going to be doing bad. Like, really? They're going to get back into the real world and you're going to stop kids? The same thing as having all those dangerous areas. Yeah, they're telling kids not to go there. And the expectation is that they won't. But the expectation is also their kids and some might, right? I didn't know they had departments. So when you find out, oh, they have departments for things like that, it's like, oh, things like this happen. Like, they have to deal with this type of stuff because they have magic and they're teaching children. Okay. That was a long tangent just about that part. Holy shit, I'm on 4 minutes. But this was so detailed in so many ways. The Weasleys love Harry. For Ron's father to come and take Harry to the side and be like, hey, this man's coming to kill you. I don't even if he was wrong, there was no way for him to know if he was wrong or not. So he was just trying to help Harry. My thing, though, is Hogwarts. Yo, I got to be see, I wonder how much Harry loves the magic, or maybe it's just he loves his friends and being around them. Because this is 3 times now. He goes to Hogwarts and all hell has broken loose. And he has to deal with something that's like so life-threatening and dangerous. And you know what I mean? And now we had a guy who we thought escaped to kill him. All right. So then we go to the school. Now, this is something that I noticed that I find to be just dope and well done. This easily could have been, even from the book, let alone the movies, it could have just been same old kid tales. You know, it's a bunch of tropes. It's things we've seen before, cliches. And then you put some magic on top of it. Oh, the paintings are there. No. Everything, the story is the magic, that's perfect. That's perfect. Like, the story is the magic. The ambiance is the magic. Everything about this involves the magic. Okay, from the paintings and stuff on the wall. And the paintings had the spotlight in this movie, right? From the ghosts walking around and, okay, cool, that's around them. But then you go to the classes and the classes were dope, right? So, for instance, I kept asking, well, why did Hermione get that time thing? Well, they know she's the best. They know she's the best so much that Sirius Black at the end was like, he paid her homage, like, you really are the brightest. Like, no lie. But I would assume they gave it to her so she would have the ability to get as much done as possible because they see the potential in her. Like, let's say we were just regular humans in the real world. Giving somebody something like that is like, oh. But for them, that's like a gift. It's like, okay. And it was funny to me that Ron was the only one who kept noticing, which makes me wonder. They showed her touch his hand and whatever. And then when they went on the little field trip, she was like, they were talking and you could tell they were bonding. What I wonder is how much he cares for her already, because he was the only one noticing Hermione was like, even Harry, she ended up popping up right next to Harry. Ron is like, where'd she come from? And Harry's like, oh, I didn't even, right? You know what I mean? So I'm wondering about that. But yeah, so the that right there is an example. Hermione receives this gift and it means something to the story. It's just not, oh, she has this time thing, or it had you actually wondering, like, wait, is there multiple of her? Or is it right? Okay. So, by the way, you're noticing this. It's a detail. Let's mark that off. Detail. But not thinking nothing of it. Going on about the story. Just thinking, oh, it's something weird that happens there. Hermione does not. She looks her nose down. Here's the thing about, what's her name? Emma Watson, right? That's I believe. Radcliffe, Watson, and I can't remember his name because I looked them up. I wanted to see how much money they made from the movies. They rich as hell. But she does so good with this character because her face is so expressive. When she was in that class with the divination class, she looked down on it, and it's funny because you like. And I said this, like, that's where you draw the line. All this other magic shit, you see dragons and all this, but divination is like, oh no, the green tea is like, and it's funny because it's backwards in their world. So the reason we would look down on that is because it's like, man, that magic stuff's not real. But she's looking down on the divination because she's like, that's mad simple. Really, green tea, a crystal ball. Like, in her mind, that's some low grade magic. And it was just funny how she reacted and responded. And then we had now mind you, this is all about the magic, right? The class with the new professor, the defense of the dark arts. What is this going to be a running theme? If it is, that's funny to me because every single one is just. They're going to have to keep going through them. But it's funny that class they had where he's teaching them, all these classes were like fun. And so the thing that was in the wardrobe that comes out and he was trying to teach them how to do it, I'm like, yo, that's dope. And then it played into the story because he looked at Harry and he realized, oh, he might think Voldemort. I can't have that in the class. But it wasn't even Voldemort. It ended up being something that happened to him early on. The Dementors, who was just sucking fate. Like, them things are weirdos, man. Like, that whole thing was crazy. And the fact that it's almost as if they have a deal with the devil. Like, they use these things to, when all else fails, like, hey, we got to get something serious off the streets. So all the classes are cool, right? And then we get to Snape. I fuck with Snape, and I find him to be hilarious. What was it, page 394, 395? And he kept telling them to do it. And they was asking questions, all that. And he wasn't having it. He was using his wand like, wow, what did I say, right? And then, once again, the Hermione character comes into play because, and that's another thing I will say, this movie is Harry Potter's, but his team gets so much shine. Like, they get so much shine on this, specifically the two friends, right? And so when Snape asked that question and Hermione answered, and Snape was like, saying what he said. So the first movie, it's funny because what happens is they have what they have going on. You hear that word, you hear about Slytherin. Oh, the evil comes from there. So your thinking is maybe it's Snape because how he acts. And because it's a magic thing. But now that I'm enthralled in this, right? Now I'm into this. I'm within this magic world, Hogwarts, the school. Now he's just a mean-ass teacher to me. Right? Like that. Now he's hilarious to me because he's just a teacher-ass teacher. When they did in that last movie, when they damaged the Whomping Willow, that man, he was like, I would have sent y'all ass home. Like, you know what I mean? It turns out, hey, the reason he was looking, now when I look at him, I'm like, oh, I've seen these looks before. Like, but when you see it on early on, it's played as if he could be the evil one. I like that. Malfoy, you bitch you. he's the worst. He's just so cowardly. He sucks. I'm gonna tell my dad. He almost got that thing killed. The Beast. Shout out to Hagrid for getting the job. They had my man Hagrid standing before the man in a suit. A nasty matted carpet suit that looked trash, but a suit nonetheless. Polka dot tie, he looked crazy. But yeah, that was cool. I think it's a hexagriff, whatever, man. Hey, y'all correct me in the comments because I can't recall off the top of my head. But the griff, that was dope. Harry flying it, boom. They keep stepping up the Quidditch. I'm assuming there's gonna be Quidditch in every movie, but they keep stepping it up. And even though this one was short and it really wasn't about the Quidditch, it was about the whole Dementor thing and Harry. It played so well. And that rain and everything. And that's another thing, like I was saying, the CGI has been getting progressively better. That was just, it's not even about money, I don't think. To me, it has more to do with, like I said, during that time, we was going through this boom of just every movie that was coming out, it was getting better and better unless you had somebody like some random ones that was just trash. But yeah, man. Okay, now we're going to get to the big part, right? So they visit Hagrid. Well, no, first Harry, he sneaks off to go to the field trip for the holidays or whatever, and he overhears something. So he puts on his cloth, he goes up, he listens, and he hears about Peter Pettigrew, and they're thinking, yo, Sirius Black smoked that boy. All that was left was his finger. You know what I mean? You hear all this. So you like, yo, Sirius Black is a sicko. I hope he don't get to Harry or nothing like that. This is going to be my longest review in a minute, but I'm going to get through all this. And what ends up happening is Harry is like, I'm going to kill this. Like, I understood where, first off, he was sobbing and crying. That thing, he's never got to deal with what happened with his parents. No one's even allowing him to deal with it. Right? He's going through that sort of Naruto thing where he just got to live his life, and he'll get to that when he gets to it. But to hear confirmation from these big time wizards and adults, okay, boom. So they go and tell they go to speak to Hagrid, and now we're at a place where it's like, I'm noticing things, but the story's moving in a way where it's just a story for me. Okay? They're in there and rocks get thrown. And it's like, what? You see them three come up and you see like another rock hit Harry. And you're like, wow, that's crazy. But then the story goes on. They got to hide. They got to run. Okay? They go hide behind the pumpkins. Boom. While they're behind the pumpkins, Hermione hears something. She looks. She says, that looked like, never mind. In my head, I'm going, why don't she just tell him what it was? I don't like when people do that. But then story's going on. What they see is, or what they assume is that the Griff or whatever is getting his head cut off. And you hear that noise. And I remember thinking to myself, wait, is he there? That sounded kind of like crazy. We get to a point where everything sort of changes. Ron, he finds his rat and he gets bit. And I'm like, what? This is crazy. Okay, didn't think none of it. And they end up getting chased by a dog. And I'm like, wait, that's that same dog? Okay. The dog goes to attack. I'm thinking at the time he's going to attack the rat. No, he ends up grabbing Ron, dragging him within under the willow, the Whomping Willow. Okay. Harry and Hermione do their thing. Okay, boom. All this is happening. They end up in the Shrieking Shack. And I was wrong the entire time in here. I'm like, okay, Sirius, you about to catch it. He's the evildoer. Wrong. Then the teacher comes in. I'm like, he's Peter Pettigrew. Wrong. He was Ramus, I think his name was. And they were boys. The way they worded it, you go, hey, we have to do it. But first we got to let Harry know why. And I'm like, Harry know why? But then they're like, no, it's Peter. Peter's in the room. I'm like, who? What? And it ended up being the rat. Scabbers. Who that man loves so much. This is where the detail comes in. From the beginning, Scabbers has been in the spotlight from the first movie. He has been in the spotlight. Then in this one, we're talking about him and Hermione's cat. And it's like, yo, this is insane. This is pretty crazy right now, right? Then you think about it, like, he been with them for 12 years. He been around kids for 12 years. Y'all got to get rid of him. And they was about to kill him, Sirius and the other dude. And they were about to take him out. And Harry's like, no, we got to take him back. Okay? He ends up escaping because one of our guys is a werewolf. And Hermione figured it out because she's like, that's why you aren't able to make it to the class. Okay, boom. But they end up fighting. Scabbers gets away. That scumbag. The werewolf, like, just runs off. But when you hear a howl, it sounds like a female howl. And I went, it sounds like a female howl. I don't know how, but it sounds that way. Didn't think nothing else about it because the story's going on. So then we end up with Harry. He thinks he gets saved by his father. I'm thinking, yo, something's crazy is going down. It's about some visions. They end up getting saved. They end up where Dumbledore tells them, he basically says something to Hermione, and Hermione already knows what's up. And I'm like, what? She pulls out the chain, she wraps it around Harry, and she tells him it's like this time thing. Boom, they go and do it. Now, this is where it gets crazy. Every single thing that I just listed off that I noticed that I didn't care about because the story kept going was them the entire time. I'm like, that is such good detail. And they played it so good. I can't explain how well done this is. Because if I focus on the rocks or I focus on that howl, that female howl, or if I'm able to put it together, I'd figure that out. There was no way for me to figure that out. It was impossible for me to piece that together, that they had gone back into time. So when they did everything, I'm like, oh, this is fire. Like, this, the way they played it was dope. This is something they would do on a half-hour show, but it would have been done cheesy. The way they did it on here, it was done perfectly, and it caught me off guard. Every time it was happening, I would forget there was another detail. So by the time we get to Harry standing there, I go, it was him, not his father. Like it hit me. Hey, this was a good one. Next movie. Oh, also, Sirius Black, does he come back? And Scabbers, I'm pretty sure them scumbags come back. Well, one of them's a scumbag. The other one's honorable. By the way, hold on. What? Their friends are crazy. Harry's parents, they friends was insane. Like, they had cool friends, but they were all shapeshifters pretty much in their own way. Hey, man, next movie.